Fuck the courtesy call to Justin. He doesn't deserve it. All gas, no break. Welcome to the show. Just Chris and Mo. Justin, questionable to doubtful. This episode might not even last long enough for Justin to join 2 hours late because I have a fantasy baseball draft in about 45 minutes. But this is episode 95, the Quinnen Williams episode, and we had to hype on. We had to hop on because we just got Mike Williams. Mike Wil Made It to New York, and he didn't make it out. He had visits with the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Carolina Panthers lined up for after the Jets, and whatever was in that sandwich that NYJ Matt ordered for him, clearly he wasn't going to get anything as good anywhere else, and he decided, that's it, I'm signing the deal. It's a one-year deal, almost up to $15 million. Not sure what the base cap hit is. I think it's probably $7 or $8 million, and the rest is incentives based on playing time. Yeah, based on playing time and numbers and stuff, and all that good jazz that makes up incentive-laced contracts. And oh wow, the Jets changed their profile picture. Is this a bacon, egg, and cheese?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No wonder he signed. I'm sorry. I've lived in Pittsburgh for like 10 years, and you can't get a bacon, egg, and cheese as good. I'm sorry.
I lived in Austin for 6 years, and I haven't got a bacon, egg, and cheese.
Yeah,
I think I make them better than the places I get them from.
Yeah, probably. Now there is a place down the street from me called Curbside that if you tell them how to make it, like if you tell them fry the eggs and all that, they'll make a decent bacon, egg, and cheese on a bagel. But there's nothing like a good old bacon, egg, and cheese on a roll, and 15 million. And SPK wash it down with Arizona, and
it has to be the lemon.
Yep, and lemon or peach. I like the peach Arizona, but yeah, that's all you really need. $15 million at that point is just like an added bonus. So Mike Williams coming to the Jets. So now the Jets have an established wide receiver 2 to pair up with Garrett Wilson. They do not have to rely on Alan Lazard like Justin for some reason wanted them to. I kind of wish Justin would join this episode just to hear.
Well, you know what? I don't even think Justin knows who Mike Williams is, to be honest with you.
Yeah, probably not. Even though we did kind of discuss him on the last episode.
Yeah.
Discussions about Mike Williams were had because we were kind of anticipating that we were maybe going to get him because, we knew he was coming to visit. And there was that one guy on Twitter who was calling himself the People's Source, who kept saying he was like, it's a done deal. I'm like attaching my reputation to it. I wonder maybe his source was NYJ Matt, and NYJ Matt is the Jets Twitter account admin. So he was just like, yeah, it's a done deal, but like I'm ordering this bacon, egg, and cheese, and then it's really going to be a done deal.
He took one bite. Now they got to post it on the wall in that Walk of Fame at one Jets drive.
Yeah, when the Jets win the Super Bowl, like don't even hang a banner, but like don't even hang like a 2024 Super Bowl 59 champions. Just hang a banner that says just hang a banner with that picture of the bacon, egg, and cheese.
Oh fuck! I got a sweatshirt I gotta put on right now.
Oh boy, he's whipping out the sweatshirt.
I got a sweatshirt that'll make everything better.
Yeah. So, yeah. And so we thought we had flexibility with the number 10 pick after signing Tyron Smith. But now we really can do whatever the fuck we want with this 10th overall pick. dare I say, is taking a quarterback like in play at all? With that pick.
I mean, you have to think the options are way more open now.
The options are way more open. I still think I would want either Brock Bowers or the best receiver available. Oh, that's sick.
Bam!
What is that? Is that a homage shirt?
It's a bacon, egg, and cheese with Arizona.
Oh yeah, but like what company made it? Do you know?
Oh shit, I forgot.
Oh, you probably have the H if it was a homage shirt, but
Yeah, no, it's not.
I don't know. It just
It's
reminded me of something they would make. But
check it
yeah,
out. I can't see.
yeah, I can't really tell either. Something X, Twitter made that shirt. We'll just say that. Yeah, it's too blurry. We'll have to.
It's two arms just going across.
Okay, Under Armour, great company.
Yeah, pretty
Anywho,
much.
yeah, I mean, I'd say like this probably increases it to like a 5 to 10% chance, but I still think I would want to take either Brock Bowers or the best available receiver, and then O-line would be like my rankings of like what to do with that pick. Because I mean, both the guys they signed, Tyron Smith and Mike Williams, I mean, they're both players you can't really rely on for to play all 17 games or however many games the Jets are going to play this season. I mean, shit, it better be at least like
they had released the contract for Tyron Smith, and it was like if it's guaranteed 6.5 million. If he makes the Pro Bowl, it's like another 500,000, and then if he ends up playing like 78% of the games, it'll wind up being around like 15 million.
True, yeah, because it's like what 6 point. Because what like 6 point.
And it would be like $1 million every other game until he hits like 60 or 78. I think it was 78%, and it's like 1.25 million. So it's around like 14 to 15 million altogether. So if he's basically relying on staying healthy for the whole season to make his money.
Yeah. Yeah. So like, I think I mean, Mike Williams is coming up off of a much more.
Yeah.
He's coming up
ACL.
off of a much more serious injury and missed a lot more time than Tyron Smith. I don't remember what exactly Tyron Smith's injury was, but he only missed like 3 or 4 games last year because he played like 13.
Yeah, he played 13.
Yeah, so he only missed like 4 or 5.
Like 4 or 5, yeah.
They played one playoff game where they were.
And I don't think it was like a serious injury. It was like probably like a sprain or something.
Yeah, no, but yeah, Mike Williams is coming off of a torn ACL.
Mm-hmm.
And he pretty much like every week ever, he's like on the injury report for something.
Yeah, he is. And that's why I was like, oh, God.
Yeah, so I would still prioritize either Bowers or Adunze or whichever receivers there. Trading back definitely a priority too, because it'd be great to recoup a second round pick. And depending where that second round pick is, that could be like the sweet spot to like draft like a Michael Penix Jr. or Bo Nix, depending who wants to move up. Like
but what if Brock Bowers drops to, because like a lot of tight ends they don't get drafted.
If drop Bowers, Brock's to 10. I think you run the card up and you don't think twice. I'd say Brock Bowers
Really?
is officially, yeah, Brock Bowers is officially number one on my big board for the New York Jets.
So the Chargers are at 5, and it's clear that they're gonna get a weapon
Yeah.
because they lost their two starting receivers.
Yeah, Keenan Allen's gone, and kind of wish the Jets would have made that trade for Keenan Allen. I mean, I'm glad we signed Mike Williams. Keenan Allen's obviously better though,
Yeah,
but I'm
and
not
it
sure,
would have
like,
been a trade. That's the
especially because
difference.
like it was only day 3 picks, and like I don't think Joe Douglas really likes making day 3 picks, and he's not particularly good at it either. So I'm
Yeah,
sure he would have
I
been
mean,
like fine to get rid of them. I think it was really just like the money that kind of scared him off.
well, even specifically with the fourth round picks, like they've all been. I don't think he's made a good fourth round pick anyway.
No, I mean I'm trying to think. He's like barely made any. I
I
mean,
mean, Michael Carter was the
Michael
only one,
Carter.
and he's gone.
Yeah. So Michael Carter 2 was a 5th round pick. Carter
Yeah.
1 was Carter 1 was round 4.
Hmm.
And that was probably, I think you could say Carter 1 is I guess it's like okay to call him a bust at this point. Not that like there was ever like super high expectations for him, but he's
Yeah.
not
I
exactly.
mean, he. I don't want to say he's a bust, but he's more
Yeah, I
like
mean,
a rotational player.
yeah, he's not an every down back, and I don't know. He could
No.
do okay in like the right. He could do okay in like the right situation or the right offense. Maybe the Jets were just like asking him to do too much.
Yeah.
Especially like before Brees Hall got there, and even like kind of the first quarter of Brees Hall's rookie year, like or the first like 2 or 3 games, they were kind of still like asking Michael Carter to like do way too much.
Hmm. Yeah.
But
But I mean, like he was decent for what they asked him to do, at least like the first
he
couple
was.
years.
Yeah. I feel like he hit a bit of a wall at some point in his second year. Like later in the second year, he kind of fell off kind of bad. And then this year, he just kind of like, I mean, he was buried in the depth chart underneath like Brees and Dalvin Cook, and then even Izzy Abanikanda leaped him, and at that point, the Jets kind of just did right by him and let him go because that's what they asked him to do,
Hmm.
or what he asked them to do. So it is what it is. But yeah, I
But
mean, aside from
yeah,
like the 2020 draft where Joe Douglas drafted like 8 people in like the 4th round and they all fucking stunk. And then 2021 we had the Michael Carters, and I don't even remember who else we drafted on day 3 in 2021. The
Jason
2022,
Pinnock,
yeah, he's actually good. The
he is
Jets.
good. I don't know
He's
why we let him go.
someone. Yeah, I don't really know why we let him go. He's kind of someone the Jets could use right now. He's a
Yeah,
better
because
safety from Pitt than the other safety from Pitt we had on our roster that who just got paid by the Bucks going back home to Tampa. Um,
Mhm.
so that didn't really make sense to me letting him go, and the Giants picking him up and kind of reaping the rewards, and like him getting a pick 6 like in the
You know,
NFL as a
I,
Giant.
I
And it
saw
just
the
doesn't sit right.
Ravens. The Ravens signed Arthur Mollett for like 2 years.
Artie Mollett, huh?
Yeah, it was just like, what the fuck? Okay, and he
Yeah,
was what, a seventh round pick? Oh no, he was traded. Wasn't he traded
I
from?
think so. Yeah, and then in 2022, the Jets only used one day 3 pick, and it was on Michael Clemens, who kind of stinks. But yeah, they were basically just like, yeah, let's trade these picks, let's get Brees Hall and get Jeremy Ruckert, and let's get the fuck out of here. And then last year they took like Izzy and Carter Warren and Zach Kuntz and Bernard Converse, I think, or something like that.
Jared Bernard Converse.
That's who it was. Yeah, I thought Bernard was his first name. I forgot that he had a whole nother first.
I don't even know why I remembered that, to be honest. But I don't know. He hasn't really played much, so I can't really evaluate him. What the fuck is his name? Is Sherwood still on the team?
That's a good question. I feel like he is.
Jamie Sherwood?
I feel like he is because like if Mosley, knock on wood, if Mosley goes down, he is like kind of he's like his backup, and he's like I think he's the only other team player on the team besides Mosley that can like quarterback the defense.
Yeah. And
so even though he's kind of whatever, but like he's also pretty important. But yeah, he is still on the Jets. I just looked it up. He's still under contract. This has got to be like the last year of his deal, I feel like.
For anybody that's wondering, I would have had all my shit together if I didn't lose Wi-Fi today. And my box is blown out, burnt out. Yeah, I gotta wait till tomorrow for somebody to come over here and fix it.
Yep. Mo's box is blown out, just like your sister.
Yeah.
Jamie and Sherwood. He's set to make like $1 million next year, and then he'll be a UFA. So it's gonna be, it like needs to be like a big year for him.
That's shit. I think a big year for everybody.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's so many so many mercenaries and players on 1-year deals that we have, and we might have one more on the way in Jadeveon Clowney.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what do you think about Justin Simmons?
I would like Justin Simmons, especially because like we had kind of discussed, really like since the offseason began, like even before free agency or legal tampering really even started, you could kind of see a decline on the safety market. Like, the Bills cut Jordan Poyer, and I honestly didn't even know Jordan Whitehead was a free agent. I thought he was like still. Still on our team.
He was 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, like, where do the Jets currently sit with cap space, and what kind of deal?
So, apparently the Javon Kinlaw deal wasn't.
It wasn't as bad as like it's mostly
everyone said it was, and
it's mostly incentive money,
right? And I mean, how much would you pay a top I guess a top 3 safety, because he's up there.
Yeah,
and they just let him walk.
Yeah, I mean, I probably wouldn't go. Maybe like something like I wouldn't go more than like, I don't think I'd go 13 million for 1 year, like what Chase Young got.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. 13.
I was gonna say,
I mean, like him and Chuck Clark. If Chuck Clark can play like he did in Baltimore, and I mean, he had a year of rehabbing because he got hurt before the season even started. And Chuck Clark is good. He can play anywhere. He can play free safety, strong safety, whatever.
Yeah,
Justin Simmons
he's kind of the same, right?
He is. He could play. I think. Well, we haven't had a free safety that was actually good in a long time, and I think that's what he would dominate at least in our system.
Yeah,
because he's more of the ball hawk kind of safety than the Jamal Adams kind of safety.
Yeah, well, Jamal Adams is really he's a linebacker.
I'm
Shouldn't
so
even.
glad that we were pissed at the time, but we weren't that pissed when we got the 2 first-round picks.
Oh no, not at all. And
And it
yeah,
was
I
like a
wouldn't
blessing
even.
in disguise.
Yeah, and yeah, I guess he's still a free agent, and it's kind of looking like he might be out of the league.
You could be, yeah.
I mean, I
I wouldn't
wouldn't.
doubt it.
Yeah, I wouldn't want him back. He's like not.
Nah,
He's not good at football, and he's not worth
he's
like the headache. That
and it's kind of like it's to me. I feel like it's just poison
yeah,
for the locker room.
yeah.
You
Well,
know,
the USFL season's starting soon, so maybe he can, maybe he could sign on with the St. Louis Battlehawks or something and play safety for Anthony Becht.
yeah, that'd be crazy.
Yeah, but
No,
yeah, I mean,
somebody's gonna sign him, but
yeah,
it's not gonna be for the money he wants. He's gonna realize, well, shit, Justin Simmons is getting how much? Yeah, I'm fucked.
yeah, yeah. Because I mean, yeah, and I feel like even 13 million for Justin Simmons might be a lot. Like he is
Yeah,
really good, but I don't know if the market even really commands him getting that much. Like I don't know if I'd
I
go
don't.
more. I don't
I
know if
want to
I'd
say
I
11
don't know if I don't know if I'd go more
max.
than 10 to be honest.
Yeah, I was being nice. I was gonna say 11, and 11. I mean, I can understand 11, but for how
Yeah.
long?
Maybe
But
like if you give him like a 3 year like $27 million deal
7 million?
with
Yeah. Oh, that's money.
like
I'd do that.
9 mil per year, and then like you could kind of like defer the
And
money to
then
like
just
the
like
later years. Like the Jets
incentives.
are it's credit card bill running up time.
Yeah, it is.
And
It
they can
is. It
defer
should
most of that
be.
money to like
I
2026.
mean, like, leave the future GM with these problems.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, or like go on a playoff run, win a Super Bowl, save your job for at least a few years,
At least try.
and
Yeah,
then you
go
can, and
guns
then you can,
blazing.
yeah, and then you can deal with that yourself when it comes, or you can just resign. You can be like, "Fuck it, I quit." Like that's probably what the Dodgers owners are gonna do. Like they got Otani on that huge deal, and like all of it's
Yeah.
deferred. Though he's making like $2 million a year for the next 10 years, and then when he's owed the other fucking like six hundred,
Which is an insane contract.
yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
When it's time to pay him the other $680 million, they'll probably just sell the team.
He probably sell it like a year or two before
Yeah,
just to
yeah,
make sure he's out.
yeah.
Oh
Just to
my
make
god.
sure he's out, and just to make sure that the credit card bill is not their responsibility.
Exactly. So, all right. So, Jadavian Clowney, I don't want to step
Uh,
over you on that. Um, he's meeting today, or he did meet today,
with us, or
and yeah, with us. Or
oh,
was it
nice.
yesterday? I think
Uh,
it was today.
yeah, I think it was today. Yeah, I think he came through also. Yeah, I think he came through
And
also
there
today.
was, I don't know if you remember, there was he was trying to sign with us before when we had traded Jamal Adams and picked up that bum ass safety. And he was like trying to recruit him
Bradley
to come.
McDougal.
Yeah.
Wait,
And he was trying to come to the Jets.
Bradley McDougal was trying to recruit Clowney.
Yes.
That's
Was it Bradley McDougal? What was it, 2020?
yeah, that was the shitty safety we got in the Jamal Adams.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, him. Yeah, and they were on
Yeah.
like FaceTime together, and he was like atting the Jets, saying like, "Hey, pick me up."
Oh no shit. Yeah, I can't say I really remember that, but I try to block out as much of
Oh
the
yeah,
2020 season.
I remember that. I remember that 100%. But I mean, to me, like he is like an up and down player because like he'll play 1 year real good. Like he played for the Browns real good, and then he went to like the Titans, I think, and played like shit. I don't know if it was just like that scheme that he didn't fit in. And then he goes to Baltimore and gets like 10 sacks or 9.5 sacks,
Yeah,
whatever it was.
yeah. If
So
we give him another, if we give
I
him another,
think he
like,
could fit. I think at
yeah,
least in here.
yeah, I think he would. Yeah, I think Clowney would eat in Salah's system, and I think he'd be able to put
Yeah,
up like
he would.
similar numbers.
I
Um,
think any 4-3 edge rusher could eat in solid system.
yeah. Like I don't know if he'd put up like Bryce
I
Huff
don't know if it'd
necessarily
be,
numbers,
yeah,
but
yeah,
if you could get like 7 or 8, like if you get a solid like 7 sacks from Clowney though, that would be good.
that's
And
that's a good season to me.
yeah, and I'm sure. I mean, we saw how like happy he was when he got that when he hit the incentive sack in in that last game of the season against the Steelers, which was basically like the Steelers were like playing to get in the playoffs, and Baltimore was playing most of their backups. But yeah, like Clowney made a sack on Mason Rudolph, and like he started like dancing and shit. He's like, I just got paid. So yeah, if we give him another like incentive based contract like that, in solid system, I think as long as he still has gas in the tank, which I mean he's 31 and he's coming off like a career high in sacks. So like, I doubt he drops off that much. That could be some really good business for the Jets and a great kind of way to, I still think safety would be a need, but that would be like a great way to kind of solidify your free agency.
Yeah, yeah. No, it definitely would. It would make the team look like more complete than it looked like last year, half-assed. Even
Yeah,
though like this is part of the defense, but it on paper it looks stronger. And that's what you see when you see like Super Bowl winning teams. You see like all these completed on offense and defense teams with like players that are making plays.
yeah. You see, teams with players that are making plays and finding like diamonds in the rough, and like teams that don't really have like glaring holes. Like they may not be particularly great at like
Mhm.
some positions,
Right.
but they don't necessarily have like you know. I guess the one exception is like the Chiefs and how they were able to win a Super Bowl with like their wide receiving core and
Yeah.
pretty much getting nothing out of it. But yeah, I mean, if you're like league average or better at pretty much every position with some stars, then
Hmm.
you know, at that point, like we're gonna get to a point where like then where someone's gonna have to explain like you know why not the Jets to win the division, like
Yeah.
what makes
I
Buffalo or Miami like you could if you there's an argument either of those teams are better than us,
yeah.
but
I
there
mean,
isn't really an argument that
you can
they're like
argue all three.
yeah,
You
there
can
really
argue all
isn't an
three.
argument that they're like blatantly better or like that they're
No,
like
there isn't.
miles or that they're like miles ahead, like
No.
aside from like some bullshit like Jets are gonna jet type of rhetoric.
Yeah.
um
Well,
you
that's
know
that's just the easy bullshit. Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
like, oh,
They suck.
because
They
they're
always suck, and now
they're
they're
the Jets.
the Dolphins
You
haven't
know,
won a playoff game
like,
since 2001.
oh yeah, not 2000. It has
Yeah,
not been since
2000.
Bill Clinton was president the last time the Miami Dolphins won a playoff game. And a friend of mine today tried telling me that because like for some reason we were on the topic of Chad Pennington and like kicking him aside for and like kicking him aside for Brett Favre and
Brett
stuff like
Favre.
that.
Yeah.
And he was saying how like and he was trying to say how I'm pretty sure he was just trolling, but he was trying to say how like Pennington left the Jets, had his best career with the best year of his career with the
With the
Dolphins,
Dolphins
and then
in 07?
yeah, no
Yeah.
wait, and then like couldn't
08.
yeah, and then he like couldn't hack it anymore, and like his career was over, and he's like, well, you
Yeah,
know, he
because
was
their offense wasn't meant for him. That's why.
and I told him that I was like, yeah, and then his career was over and he was done. He's like, yeah, that's because like that's because he was getting beaten down, playing for the Jets, and he wanted to try and run it back with he tried to run it back with a real organization. I was like, okay, yeah, like what real organization? I'm not saying the Jets are a real organization. Like we still have to win games to prove that. But what real organization does not win a playoff game for like 24 years?
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
Even we won 4.
Yeah.
In that span. Oh well, actually, we won more than that. I want to say during the 2000s, did we not win? I want to say 2000s. Was it
2002? We won one game. 2004, we won one game. Should have been
one game. 2006, we didn't win shit, right?
2006, we got blown out in the first round. Then
and I was still surprised how we even made the playoffs in 2006.
Yeah, that came out of nowhere. I was expecting absolutely nothing that year. That was Eric Mangenius's first year as head coach. And then they won 2 playoff games in 2009. If you don't count
2 in 2010.
So if you don't count 2010 as part of the 2000s, then they won 4 playoff games in the 2000s. But they've won 6 playoff games since they've won 6 playoff games since Miami Dolphins have won their last one. So all you mouth breathing meth head Dolphins fans can all shut the fuck up.
Yeah. That's why they always find all the crackheads and meth heads in Florida too.
Yep. Yeah.
All right. So Mike Williams, very he's the
he's the red zone. He's the red zone threat
he's
that
the
Justin
red zone target.
trying.
Yeah.
He's the red zone target and the red zone threat that Justin was trying to say.
He's like the Denzel Mims on steroids, but he gets hurt a lot.
Yeah, he's like,
but it's not as bad as people are saying it is.
Good.
Yeah, I don't know, but I mean the last season was the season he actually got like a major injury, but the seasons before, to I want to say 2018, he's missed like 2, 3, 4 games each season, which I mean that's not that bad, but. Yeah. I mean, like when he plays, like he's dominant. Like he plays his ass off, which is what we want. And if you want to compare him to Corey Davis or Alan Lazard, he's way better as a possession, like a high point catch the ball type of player. That's him, and that's not Garrett Wilson. So that they complement each other in that way.
They do complement each other well. I feel like Garrett Wilson can do that, but he's just more of a separation machine than that.
He is.
Mike Williams
he is. Mike Williams is just like, get the fuck out of my way, and I'm gonna catch the ball.
Yeah, if healthy, it's like Mike Williams is almost like if he was healthy like all the time and like 10 years younger, it would be like drafting Garrett Wilson and Drake London. Like just having like, the route runner and the separation machine, and then also just having like the 50-50 ball guy, the big man. You
think Drake London of all people?
What?
You think Drake London?
What do you mean?
You said Garrett Wilson and drafting Drake London comparing to Mike Williams?
I mean, Mike Williams obviously isn't as good as Drake London is, but like a similar type of player. Like Drake London kind of does all the things that Mike Williams does.
Really?
I think so. Yeah, he's like a big man who catches 50-50 balls. He doesn't really create a lot of separation, but
He
he's like,
doesn't, but I feel well. All right, here's the difference. I think Mike Williams is more physical. That's why he gets hurt a lot.
yeah, that could have something to do
I
with it.
think Drake London has like more finesse where he could create separation and he does, but he'll get the 50-50 ball and just move afterwards.
Right.
That's how I see him. Like he
Yeah.
tries to be swifty more than he's swifty more than uh Mike Williams. But I'm not talking about Taylor Swifty.
God, yeah, I would hope not. Last thing we need is more Taylor Swift propaganda getting shoved down our throat. But yeah, no, I
Oh,
mean, but they are great compliments to each other,
yeah.
regardless of
No,
who you
it's
want.
because they're like night and day like their at their
Their crafts.
at least how they run the game and just play out wide. It's like a totally different game because they
Yeah.
have their different attributes to. All right, Aaron Rodgers knows his vertical threat and he knows his route running threat. So he's
Yeah,
got one of
yeah,
each.
Rogers knows that like better than anyone, and he knows how to like manipulate defenses, and he knows how to get people in like just the right spots.
Yes, and he'll know what defense everybody's running. He'll know how to carve it. He'll know how to. He'll tell you how to separate from him, which
Yeah,
is insane.
yeah,
And like I feel like people underestimate him a lot because like he's that smart where he can tell you what to do
yeah.
and it's right.
Please just fucking stay healthy. Put him in bubble wrap until week one.
That's all we need.
You're not giving him a
You know
single
what? Fuck it.
You're not giving
Add
him a single
OBJ.
preseason
I
rep.
don't care. Add OBJ. I don't care.
I wouldn't be
And
opposed
but
to it.
trade Alan Lazard to the Ravens.
Or yeah, either like Baltimore or like the Commanders because
Or yeah,
the
somebody.
Commanders
I
it
don't
would
care
be a
who.
situation where like you probably have to give up like Alan Lazard and
And
either like
Zach Wilson. Give him
yeah
Zach Wilson too.
yeah Alan Lazard well Zach Wilson he could go to like shit. There's like one team that like doesn't really have the
The
Bears don't have
Panthers.
a backup. Panthers don't have a backup either.
You
Um,
know what? I'd say package Alan Lazard and Zach Wilson to the same team.
yeah, like you could give, but
For like for
you probably have to
give
give
up
up picks though. Like you
yeah
probably have
no
to.
yeah
Here's what you probably
give
have to
up
do
like
is like
a fourth or a fifth and like a seventh
yeah, you probably have to give up like Zach Wilson, Alan Lazard, and like a sixth or a fifth, and then like you probably get like
and
one.
we'll pay Alan Lazard's this year's contract or part of his contract.
Wouldn't the whole point of trading him for that cheap be to get another team to eat it? Um,
Yeah, well,
because
yeah, but
the
are they
Commanders
going to eat it
kind of
or they could split it?
yeah, maybe they could split it. I mean, yeah, like because the Commanders could actually afford that cap hit, and they kind of don't have any wide receivers, like aside from like
Like
Jahan Dotson
McLaurin,
and like Scoring McLaurin. Yeah, so like they
yeah,
kind of need like a wide receiver 3, so like he
and
could be
yeah,
it's like
they
a
need
wide
like
receiver
that
3 for them.
tight end / wide
Yeah,
receiver.
but yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to bringing Odell Beckham in on like a super mega cheap deal with maybe some incentives, just to like get
mil.
him just to bury. As long as Lazard is here, as long as Lazard is on the roster, I'm gonna continue to encourage the Jets to draft wide receivers until he's like doesn't have a spot on the depth chart anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go through Daniel Jeremiah's draft.
Yeah, let's
3.0.
talk about that. Yeah, so he I didn't see the whole thing. It's on NFL.com.
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah, so I didn't see the whole thing, but I know that he
you saw what he did?
Yeah, I know that he has the Jets trading up to 5 to get
Which is insane.
Yeah, that is insane. I don't see the Chargers.
I don't see why the Chargers would do that because they need a receiver.
Yeah, I don't see the Chargers trading back. Yeah, it's pretty interesting that the Vikings could trade up for JJ McCarthy. There's been a lot of JJ.
Yeah, there has. And yeah, this one he included trades. I know Mel Kiper never does, but he did on this one, and he said that he was like, you know what, I'm just gonna make it crazy. And I mean, for us to do that, to get Marvin Harrison Jr. would be all right. Now we got this is something to play with, because I mean that's a 6'4" wide receiver who's considered the best player in the NFL draft.
Oh yeah, he is. You hear words around this time of year that get overused a lot, but Marvin Harrison Jr. Could very well be.
Right, and they toss it right,
and he played with Garrett Wilson, and put it in perspective, he already played with Garrett Wilson at Ohio State. And Garrett Wilson is very good. Garrett Wilson is very good. He's not generational, but
no,
Marvin Harrison.
They never said he was though. They never said he was.
No. Yeah, they never said he was, but that's that's the type of player you would be pairing up with Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, and look at Garrett Wilson.
Mike Williams would be Mike Williams could be like the fucking backup X, or you could do all sorts of shit. You could do if you draft Marvin Harrison Jr., I would put Garrett Wilson in the slot and put Mike Williams and Marvin Harrison Jr.
Marvin Harrison on the outside. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. I agree with you, but that would be a miracle if that shit happened.
Yeah, I don't see it happening, to be frank. But
I thought it was just for shits and giggles that we could talk about it.
Yeah, no, it is fun, and I guess they would be. Yeah, I guess the Jets would be.
What would we trade? We have to trade a first round next year and probably our second round pick next year.
Yeah, so according to this,
because we don't have a second round now, and then swap picks.
I guess they're saying we would trade the round 1 pick this year, pick 10, and we'd give up a second round pick next year. It doesn't specify.
Trade the one.
I mean, it doesn't specify whether we are or aren't, but I feel like we would have to for this to even be for this to even have a 5% chance of happening. We would have to.
Yeah, no, definitely. We'd have to give up next year's first round
for sure. I have about 45 seconds until this fantasy baseball draft starts. Do you have any final words for the people?
Mike Williams, welcome to the Jets. I hope you stay healthy all season, and same with Tyrone Smith.
Yeah, we are now back to back offseason champs.
Yeah,
is it 3 in a row or 4?
3 podcasts in 1 week.
Yeah, is it 3 in a row or 4 in a row? Did we think we won? Did we think we won the 2021 off season too?
I don't think so.
Yeah, not really. Yeah, we're back to back, but we have a solid 3-peat going. We're the back to back off season champs. That'll do it. Peace.
All gas, no break.